That is the verdict of former Gunners and Hammers striker John Hartson. Arsene Wenger's departure this summer has seen the biggest change at Arsenal in 22 years. Ex-PSG and Sevilla boss Emery has been brought in as he looks to stamp his own philosophy on the club. Arsenal have signed the likes of Lucas Torreira, Bernd, Leno and Sokratis Papastathopoulos in a bid to improve on their sixth-place finish last season. But West Ham have big ambitions of their own following the appointment of Premier League winner and former Real Madrid manager Manuel Pellegrini. Manuel Pellegrini has overseen wholesale changes at West Ham this summer. Close to £100 million has been spent on 7 new recruits, including a club record £40 million deal for Brazilian attacker Felipe Anderson. Comparing the prospects of the two clubs, Hartson was speaking at the Premier League and BT Disability Football Festival at Manchester City's Etihad campus. The initiative aims to create opportunities and inspire disabled people through sport, with 23,437 participants engaged since the program launched in September 2016, and asked who is more likely to have a positive season, Hartson exclusively told Star Sport, "I would probably say, it's a brave call from me, and I like both clubs, two of my former clubs, but I think there's a feel-good factor at West Ham." The Premier League returns soon, but what is every side's realistic target for the 2018-19 campaign? Arsenal FC. Arsenal, after missing out on Champions League qualification for the last 2 years, and with a new manager at the helm for the first time in 22 years, the Gunners' sole aim will be to finish in the top 4 this season. The expectations at Arsenal are probably slightly higher than they are at West Ham. John Hartson: "It's interesting to see how all Pellegrini's players bond and play together. That might take a little bit of time. Obviously at Arsenal you've got a new manager, and I think the expectations at Arsenal are probably slightly higher than they are at West Ham. I think naturally, Arsene Wenger's gone, and there'll be a lot of pressure on Emery. That's why I'm saying he needs a bit of time. I think the Arsenal fans might want him to hit the ground running and challenge. I don't think they're good enough to challenge. I don't think they're strong enough." BT Sport, Premier League. John Hartson was at the Premier League and BT Disability Football Festival at the Etihad campus. Related articles is a difficult one. I would probably have to say Arsenal, because West Ham have signed so many players and we don't really know how that's going to go. It's a great positive sign to the fans, but they've signed so many in one go, all decent fees, lot of them for good deals, so I would probably say Arsenal will finish the higher, but it's a trickier time for Arsenal and exciting times at West Ham, just because of the expectation levels. When I say that, don't take anything away from the expectation levels of the West Ham fans. They want to see Pellegrini do well. They've gone all out to get a top manager, but as I said, it's a case of with Arsenal they expect Emery to do really well. And Emery's Arsenal are under pressure to deliver Champions League qualification this season. Initially, he's going to have to cope with that. I'm sure he's got the experience to do it and he'll need a bit of time, whereas with Pellegrini at West Ham, he's been given funds, but that adds pressure when you spend all that money, so he's got to integrate all them players into the good players he already has. It's intriguing. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait for it to all get going. John Hartson was speaking at the Premier League and BT Disability Football Festival. Over 180 young people who participate in club disability sports sessions, funded by the Premier League and BT, attended the event at Manchester City's Etihad campus. Related articles.